What up? It's another video by Efi's Voice. So here I go today with this new video. So this video is going to be titled something like gradually and eventually we should all try to whisper more. I just come to that conclusion. Gradually and eventually we should all try to whisper more to get our point across. Whispering is a certain kind of language skill where you can say what you need to say without suffering too much from certain things, so you should gradually and eventually we should all try to whisper more. Whisper, whisper words in a gentle tone could get the point across, could let your voice be heard, could let people feel you and hear you. You should talk sometimes, and it's healthy to talk sometimes, but gradually and eventually we should all try to whisper more. There's going to be a time in your life where you're quiet. There's going to be a time in your life where you talk a lot, and then there's going to be a time in your life where you whisper sometimes more. Yeah, it should be a time in your life where you gradually and eventually you should all try to whisper more. Whispering can let people hear you without, like, if you have something to say but people are not listening, you just have something to say and you don't want to look crazy talking, you can whisper to yourself or whisper sometimes. Just whispering can let your voice be heard without you suffering too many in certain ways. You don't need to talk because it's not healthy to talk too much or talk too much at the wrong time. Talking too much can put you in a bad position sometimes, so it's good to whisper sometimes. Whispering can help you get your point across, let yourself be heard and felt, and they can hear your voice. So, and it's a cool way. It's a certain way. It's a cool way of talking, and it's stuff like that. So that's what this video is about. Gradually and eventually, we should all try to whisper more. Whispering is a way you get your voice, you get your point across, let your voice be heard, and let yourself be seen without people even noticing you. So if you whisper, sometimes people don't know you whisper, but you can spread yourself around the world in a society if you whisper sometimes and get your point across. There's gonna be a time when you talk, there's gonna be a time when you're silent, but sometimes you should whisper to get your point across. If you need to say something, but you don't want, but it's too inappropriate to talk, and you don't want people to know, and when it's too inappropriate to talk it, you can whisper it because it's a cool way, appropriate way to let your voice be heard and let people hear you, feel you, and see you, and let yourself spread yourself around the world. So that's what this video is about. Gradually and eventually, we should all try to whisper more. Whispering can get your point across. Whispering, when it's inappropriate to talk sometimes, it may be more appropriate to whisper sometimes. It can get your point across. It can make you be heard, felt, and seen more. And you won't look too inappropriate sometimes. You won't suffer too much in certain ways. I'm not going to go into that. And you can get your point across sometimes too. There's going to be a time when you're silent. There's going to be a time when you talk. But gradually and eventually, we should all try to whisper more. All right, that's the video for now. Have a great day. Peace.